Hey everyone, I'm Isaac and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2024. Mad Max Fury Road came out a little over 9 years ago now, and I finally gave it a watch after all this time. And yeah, I understand the hype. If there's one way I would describe Fury Road, it's completely unhinged in the best way possible. Like, the action alone is on another level in terms of choreography, cinematography, and editing, coupled with there being some jaw-dropping scenery, but it's also exceptionally well written with in-depth world building and character development, perfectly showcasing the insanity of this environment and how these characters have adapted to it. Even if Fury Road didn't do too well at the box office, critics and audiences absolutely loved it, so could you blame them for wanting to see George Miller continue this franchise? Well, after waiting for almost a decade, he and Warner Brothers are finally bringing us back to the world of Mad Max with Furiosa, a prequel focusing on the backstory of Charlize Theron's character, this time played by another one of the hottest women in Hollywood, Anya Taylor-Joy. Given how it's a prequel to something as widely beloved as Mad Max Fury Road, it was definitely apparent that Furiosa had some pretty high standards to live up to, even if a lot of the people who worked on Fury Road returned for this. Personally, while I was sure it'd be nowhere as good as what came before it, I still hoped it would at least be a good movie on its own, and it was. As previously mentioned, this is the origin story for Imperator Furiosa, where we're shown her being kidnapped at a young age and taken into a biker clan led by the brutal warlord Dementis. His group would eventually find the Citadel under the rule of Immortan Joe, and naturally, chaos ensues from there. So Furiosa has to survive these battles and make her way back home by any means necessary. If there's one thing I'm sure most of us are expecting from a movie like this, it's for there to be some unbelievably good action, and that's certainly present in Furiosa. Maybe not as good as the action in Fury Road, but let's try to look at this as its own thing. And in doing so, this movie has some excellent action. These scenes are very well paced and have some stellar choreography, with stunning cinematography across the board, editing that does a great job capturing the frenetic pace of the film, and boundless creativity in all the insane scenarios that the characters find themselves in. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say the visuals here are perfect. Now yes, I'm aware that Fury Road actually had a lot of CGI. In fact, it had more CG shots than the first Avengers movie, but even if it was for mostly subtle elements like extra background details or removing stunt wires, the movie still managed to have some breathtaking visuals. With Furiosa, on the other hand, I'm not saying the CG here was bad. In fact, a lot of the time it actually looked pretty good, but there were still a few points where it honestly could have been better. That, and not gonna lie, the score here was pretty darn boring. It's a bit shocking, since Tom Holkenborg did a great job on Fury Road, but this feels like another one of the generic action soundtracks he's largely known for, so that kinda stinks. Otherwise, Furiosa was a great movie, and that also applies outside of the action. For one, while she's no Charlize Theron, Anya Taylor-Joy's interpretation of the character was great, as was that of the child actor who played her in the first part of the film. But the MVP has got to be Chris Hemsworth as Dementis. He absolutely nails the diabolical and unhinged personality of the character, being wildly eccentric and unpredictable while also making it very clear that he's a complete monster, and now I desperately want to see Hemsworth in more villain roles. And the movie overall provides a worthwhile narrative, expanding upon the world of this universe in an inventive way with excellent character development while keeping a consistently engaging pace. So in conclusion, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, may not be as good as the film it serves as the basis for, but it's a great movie regardless. Whether you're a newcomer or a longtime fan of this franchise, you're most likely gonna have a great time with the well-written story, strong performances, and insane action. 9 out of 10, what a lovely film. Next time, I don't know what I'll be talking about. Maybe that one movie Ezra starring Bobby Cannavale, since it's about a kid who, like me, is on the spectrum, but I guess we'll have to wait and see as I continue writing my next long-form video essay. For now, thanks for watching this episode of Isaac Reviews 2024, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all later.